Welcome back to On the Same Page. We are on Daf Yud Tes Amud Beis, 19b of Taanis, and we are around 10 lines from the bottom of the page. The first word on the line is Vihatit, and in the middle of the line you have Tafresh Tanu Rabbanan. The rabbis taught. It's going to be a fascinating story. Pamachas alu kol Yisrael l'regel l'Yerushalayim. There was one time where all of Israel went up for a certain one of the Shalosh Regalim, the pilgrimage for the holiday to Yerushalayim, and there was no water to drink. It was a year of drought, the wells were dried up, and they didn't have water. Halach Nakdimon ben Gurion etzel Adon Echad. Nakdimon ben Gurion went to a certain, it says Adon, or some other version, Hegmon, a certain Gentile officer, a wealthy man who had wells, and those wells had some water in them. So Amar lo, Halveni shte mesrei mayanos mayim l'oli regalim. He said, Nakdimon ben Gurion, this righteous Jew, said to this, and he was a wealthy Jew also, he said to this Gentile, lend me your 12 wells of water, what's left in them, so I can supply them for the Olei Regalim, for those who go for the pilgrimage. And I will repay you the same. I'll repay you 12 wells. And if I don't pay you, I will give you 12 loaves, 12 bars of silver, which was apparently a expensive price for this water. I guess for any water, to pay silver for water, right? So he offered him 12 bars of silver if he didn't pay the kava lozman, and they stagger time. If I don't pay by this certain date, if I don't give you back the water, then I will pay you the silver. And of course, how is he going to give him back the water? Well, he's going to need it to rain in order to have the water to pay him back. When the time came, that day came, and it didn't rain. So b'shachris shalach lo. So in the morning, that Gentile sent him a message. Shagarli omayim omos sheyishli biyodcha. He said, pay me either the water or the money that you owe me, because today's the due date. Shalach lo. So Nakdimon sent back, adayim yeshli zman kol hayom kulo. I have the rest of the day. The time's not up yet. I have all day. Right? The Maharsha says they were arguing about whether when you make a deal until this day, does it include that day? Is it ad that day is not included, until this day not including that day, or does it include that day? So the Gentile said it's up to this day, so he said, okay, pay me the money. And Nakdimon argued back, no, it's ad v'ad b'chal, it's up to and including this day. And we have a concept, hamotzi mechavero alav haraya. If you want to extract money from someone, then you have to prove that you have the right. This Gentile couldn't prove that it was v'lo ad b'chal, it didn't include that day, so he had to give him that day. So he said, I still have the rest of the day. But Sa'arayim shalach lo, and then at lunchtime, in the afternoon again, he sent him, or at midday, shkarli omayim omos. He sent the message, pay me either the money, either the water or the money, sheishli biyodcha, that I have in your hands. Now, didn't we already say that he has the rest of the day? So apparently he wanted to split the difference. We're not sure if it's today or tomorrow, because it's up until now. Is it including today? Is it not including today? So it's up until half day. That's what this Gentile was saying. But again, he rebutted him and said, no, Adayim yeshli shos bayom, I have more time today, and you have to prove to me that it doesn't include the rest of the day, and therefore I have the rest of the day. B'mincha shalacho. Came mincha time, the late afternoon, and he sent him a message. Shigarli omayim omos. Send me either water or money. Sheishli biyadcha, that I have in your hand. Shalach lo. Again, Nakdimon sent back, Adayim yeshli shahus bayom. I still have time. So liglig olav oso adam. That master, that Gentile, he mocked him. Amar, he said, Kol hashana kula lo yardu geshamim. The whole year it hasn't rained. I guess, I don't know if it was a whole year, however much time has passed. Maybe it was a year. And it hasn't rained. And now it's the late afternoon on the due date. V'achshav yardu geshamim. You think now it's going to rain? And you're going to get your water? Right? No way. So that's why he already sent a message on Mincha. He said, it's too late now. It's not going to happen. But Nakdimon said, no, I still have time. and the Gentile mocked him. So we're now on the top of the next page, right? He says, "V'achshav yerdu gesham," and now it's going to rain? No way. So at that time, miyad, at that moment, nichnas lebeis hamerchatz b'simcha. That Gentile, he went into the bathhouse with joy. He's going to get paid. He's going to make a lot of money off of this. While this Gentile was going into the bathhouse celebrating, Nakdimo nichnas lebeis hamikdash kishu atzev. Nakdimo went into the Beis Hamikdash, the temple, sad. Nisatev ve'amad b'tila. He wrapped himself up in a talis, I guess, and he stood in prayer. Amar lefanav, and he said, Ribono shel olam, Master of the world, Galoiv yadu lefanecha, it's known to you, Shelo l'chvodi asisi, I didn't do this for my own honor, V'lo l'chvod beis abba asisi, and I didn't do this for my father's honor. Why did I strike this deal? It wasn't for my honor, it wasn't for me, it wasn't for my family. Elo l'chvodcha asisi, I did this for your honor, Hashem. Sheyehu mayim mitzuyim la'oli regalim, said there will be water for the people coming up for the regel, for the holiday, for the pilgrimage. That's why I did this. It's for your own honor, Hashem. So how can you leave me out to dry? Pun intended. And how can you not supply water? So niskashru shamayim ba'avim. At that moment, niskashru shamayim ba'avim. The heavens became covered in clouds. The yardu geshamim, and it started to rain at nismalu shtei mesri mayonas mayim, until those 12 wells filled up. Ve'osiru, and they overflowed. Achi yatsa adam beis hamerchatz, nakdim ben geryon yatzim beis hamikdash. At that moment, this Gentile, this all happened while he was bathing. He comes out of the bathhouse, and then Nakdimon comes out of the Beis Hamikdash. Kishepagu ze bazeh, they bumped into each other. Amar lo, teimli d'mei mayim yoser sheyesh li biyadcha. So Nakdimon says, listen, I gave you even more water back. Pay me the extra water that I gave you. So the Gentile said, Amar lo, he said to him, Yodei ani shelo hirish HaKadosh Baruch Hu es olamo elo b'shvilcha. He says, I understand that God did this just for you. He shook up the world just for you. But I still have a claim against you. That I can get my money back. Because the sun has already set. The sun has already set. And when it rained, it was already in my reshus, I guess, meaning the wells were already mine. Right, it seems he had borrowed the wells, Nakdimon. These wells were his until this day, and he has to pay them back full. And it's already time to pay them back, says this Gentile. These wells are already mine. They're already mine. The water, the rain fell into my wells. So this was very disappointing for Nakdimon, because it was dark. So Chazar v'nichnas lebeis hamikdash. He went back into the Beis Hamikdash. Nisatev, and he wrapped himself in a talis, v'amad b'tefillah, and he stood in prayer. Ve'amar lefanav, and he said before God, Ribono shel olam, Master of the world, Hoda sheish lecha ahuvim ba'olamcha. Show that you have ones that you love in this world. Show that you love your people, and act on our behalf. Miyad, at that moment, nispazru ha'avim, the clouds separated, v'zarcha hachama, and the sun shone. So it was still daytime. The clouds parted, and it was still daytime. Or daytime had come back. It's a little unclear. But Osasha, at that moment, Amrlo ha'adam, this master said, this Gentile said, Ilu lo nikter ha'chama, hayuli pischon pe'alecha. Had the sun not broken through the clouds, I would have a claim against you. She'ot mimcha mosai, to get my money back. But now that they've broken through, I don't have any claim. And Nakdimon was able to pay him back with these full wells. Says the Gemara Tana, we learned, Lo Nakdimon Shemo. His name wasn't really Nakdimon. Ela Buni Shemo. His name was Buni. V'lama Nikar Shemo b'Nakdimon. So why is he referred to as Nakdimon? Because Shenikter Chama B'Avuro. Because the sun broke through on his behalf. Some have a girsa which fits better with the name Shenikdema Lilchama. The sun came early for him. It came through when it wasn't supposed to come. It broke through. Tana Rabbanan, and that's right, that Nikdama is the same shorsh as Nakdimon, it came early, or it came through on his behalf. Tana Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Shlosha Nikadma Lahem Chama Babylon. There were 3 people who this happened for, that the sun shone when it wasn't supposed to on their behalf. It broke through on their behalf. Moshe, Yehoshua, v'Nakdimon. Moshe Rabbeinu, Yehoshua, and Nakdimon ben Gurion. Bishlam Nakdimon ben Gurion. We understand Nakdimon ben Gurion Gemara. It's a tradition. We have this story that we just spoke about. Yehoshua Nami Kra. And Yehoshua we have a pasuk, because it says in the story of the fight between Givon. Givon had sided with Yehoshua. They were attacked by other Canaanite nations in the book of Yehoshua, and it says Vayidom Hashemesh Be'orech Amad. The sun was still and the moon stood. This was on behalf of Yehoshua. It's a pasuk in Yehoshua that the sun remained in the sky. Ella, Moshe, right, the end of that pasuk says, Vayamod Hashemesh b'chatzi hashamayim. The sun remained in the halfway through the heavens. Ella, Moshe minalam, but how do we know that the sun stood or broke through or shone when it wasn't supposed to? On behalf of Moshe. Amar Rabbi Elazar, Asya achel. It's a Gezerah Shabbat. We compare and we have the same word that appears twice, once in the context of Yehoshua, once in the context of Moshe, and we learn from Yehoshua to Moshe. Ksiv hacha, it says with regards to Moshe, the pasuk says in Parshas Devarim, it says, this is when the Jewish people are nearly going to enter the land of Israel, but Moshe is recounting what has happened to them, and they've defeated the kings in the desert. So it says, on this day, Hayom hazeh ochel teis pachtacha. It says, I will begin to place your fear on the nations. So it says, achel, I will begin. Uksiv hasam, and it says there by Yehoshua, the same word, achel gadlecha. I will begin to show your greatness. So we learn that just like Hashem showed Yehoshua's greatness through achel gadelcha, I will begin to make you great in the eyes of the nations, or in the eyes of Israel, just as the way that Hashem, or one way that Hashem made Yehoshua great was through holding up the sun. So we understand that's how Hashem made Moshe great, or made him feared in the eyes of the nations. Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani says, Asya teis. We learn a Gezerah Shabbat, we compare the word that appears twice, the word teis, which means to give. Ksiv hacha, again we quote the same pasuk with regards to Moshe. It says, Achel teis pachtach, I will begin to give, to place your fear upon the nations. Uksiv hasam, and it says there, and this is actually in that same verse, or one of the verses that refers to the sun standing still in Givon, it says, B'yom teis Hashem es Amori, on the day that Hashem placed the Amori before the hands of Israel. And that same verse finishes off that Shevish b'Givon Dom, the sun stood still in Givon. So there, that verse actually is explicitly speaking about this occurrence, and it says the word teis Hashem es Amori. So we have a Gezerah Shabbat, we learn teis. It says teis by Yehoshua, it says teis by Moshe, just like it says teis by Yehoshua, that Hashem placed the Amori in their hands, and part of that was making the sun stand still. So too for Moshe, when it says teis pachtachal, place your fear upon the nations, it was through the sun standing still. Rabbi Yochanan Amar Asya migufei dekra. Rabbi Yochanan says, no, look at that verse itself and you have it. You don't need a Gezerah Shabbat. That verse that we've been quoting, it says, Asher yishma'un shimacha, that they will hear the word about you. V'ragzu, and they'll tremble. They'll be fearful. They'll tremble before you. And what is that? Emasai ragzu v'chalu mipanecha. When will they be fearful before you? B'shah sheniktam l'chama l'Moshe, at the time that the sun came through for Moshe. Now it's quite unclear how that's so clear from this verse. All this verse says is that they will tremble before you, but Rabbi Yochanan says that's enough to see that that the sun stood still for Moshe, I didn't see yet a clear explanation for how he sees that in this verse. The Gemara now quotes the next part of the Mishnah. It said in the Mishnah that if you have a city, if you have a city that it didn't rain for, and it says and that city should fast and blow shofar, and other cities nearby should either fast but not blow shofar, or blow shofar but not fast. It was a machlokas. But in the context of that, the Mishnah quoted a pasuk. He quoted a pasuk from Amos. The pasuk says there, what the Mishnah quotes is, "V'imtarti al achas," I will bring rain on one city, "V'al achas lo amtir," and I will make it, and the other city I will not make it rain. Now the Gemara says, Amar Rabbi Yehuda Amar Rab. Rabbi Yehuda said in the name of Rab, "Ushteyen lekoala." That verse is to be understood. It's not saying that that's what the Mishnah was talking about, because the Mishnah had that one city fasted and blew shofar, and one city didn't. They just did one or the other on behalf of the other one. Only one was cursed, not the other. But the pasuk says Rabbi Yehuda Marav is talking about where they're both cursed, both the cities. The one that doesn't have rain is in a drought. The one that has the rain is talking about a situation where there's too much rain, they're flooding. So that's also likwala. Now, in here we have that in a sense, Rabbi Yehuda in the name of Rab is interpreting this verse, a verse, against the basic understanding, the basic pshat. You read this verse, you'd say one was cursed and the other one was fine, but he's saying no, they're both cursed. So we find a similar thing in other contexts, but it's sort of the opposite. It says in the book of Eicha, it says, Haisa Yerushalayim l'nida b'neiim. Yerushalayim was like a nida, a menstruating woman between the other nations. Meaning it was like separated. It was it was perhaps tameh in their eyes. But he says, Amar Yehuda Marav livracha. In a sense, there's a blessing in this. To be like a nida is a blessing. Kenida, like a nida, manida yesh la heter, just like a nida, she's a nida, but then she becomes permitted after she goes to the mikvah. So after Yerushalayim yesh la takana, the message is that Yerushalayim also is going to have a time where it's repaired, where it's all better, where it's back to what it was. So to be compared to a nida, in a sense, is a bracha. Haisa ka'amana also says in Eicha that Yerushalayim was like an almana, like a widow. Amar Rabbi Yehuda livracha. Rabbi Yehuda says that that's a blessing. Ke almana v'almana mamish. It says it's like a widow, but not an actual widow. What do we mean it's like a widow? El ke isha shalach ba'al l'medinas hayam v'daito lachzor aleha. It's like a woman whose husband went away to another country, but he plans to return. So if it was a widow, that means there's no return. But it's just like a widow in that the husband's not here, but the husband will come back. That's Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim is married to the Ribono Shel Olam. The Jewish people are married to God, and although he, in a way, he's separated from us when he destroyed the Beis Hamikdash, but he's going to come back to us. That's the message. Another verse, it says in this verse is in Malachi, it says, "V'gam ani nasati eschem nivzim ushvalim." Hashem says, the Navi says, I will make you nivzim, disgraced and lowly. Amar Rabbi Yehuda livracha. There's a blessing in that, to be disgraced and lowly. What is that? That when we're in other countries, they won't make us into the tax collectors for the bridges, and nor the police, which are, because I guess they in order to have such a job, you have to be somewhat, if they look at you as lowly, they won't give you that job. But really, those are jobs that we would not want, and therefore there's a blessing in that they won't make us the tax collectors on the bridges and or on the ferries, or the gizirifti, which are some kind of officers. The Pasuk says in Malachim, the Navi says there, it says, this is the Navi Achia Hashiloni, as we'll talk about momentarily. He says, V'hika Hashem es Yisrael, and God will strike Israel, Kasher Yanud Hakana b'mayim, like a reed gets moved by water. So God will strike us like a reed. So it sounds like a bad thing. That this curse has a blessing in it. Amar Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amar Rabbi Yonasan. Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani said in the name of Rabbi Yonasan, what does the verse mean? The verse in Mishlei, Proverbs, that says, Ne'emanim pitzei ohev. The wounds of someone who loves you are trustworthier. V'ne'ataros nashiko sone. But the kisses of someone who hates you are the opposite, or can't be trusted and are bad. So the wounds of someone who loves you can be better than the kisses of someone who hates you. What does that mean? So in this context, says the Gemara, means Tova klala shakil achia shiloni es Yisrael yosir mibracha shebirchan bilam harasha. The curse that Achia Hashiloni, the Navi, who loves us, but he gave us a curse, but that curse is better than the blessing that Bilam Harasha gave us. The wound of someone who loves you is better than the kiss of someone who hates you. The curse of Achia Hashiloni is better than the blessing of Bilam Harasha. How so? Achia Hashiloni kilulan bekane. Achia Hashiloni cursed us that we should be like a reed. Amar lahem Yisrael, he said to Israel, that God is going to strike you like the water moves a reed. A kana reed, it grows in the water, and it replenishes its shoot, which is a good thing. It replenishes itself. And it has many roots. And even if all the winds would come and blow it, it can't get moved. It's light. It's like grass. It will flow back and forth with them, but it's not going to break. And when the wind stops, it remains where it stands. So to be like a reed is great. You replenish. The wind can't strike you down. You bounce back up. The wind goes away. You'll be there still. That's Klal Yisrael. That's the blessing of Achia Shiloni, the curse, but there's a blessing in it. But Bilam Harasha, he gave us a blessing that will be like cedar. Shenemar ka'arazim. He says you'll be like cedar. But cedar, it doesn't grow in water. And it doesn't replace its shoots, its roots. It doesn't have a lot of roots. And it's true, so it's true in general, all the winds can come, they're not going to knock down the cedar tree. But they won't move it from its place. Except that but when that really hard southern wind comes, then it uproots it, then it turns it on its face. So being a cedar is not necessarily better than being a reed. So the curse of Achia Shiloni is better than the blessing of Bilam, who said we should be like cedar. Velo od, and not only that, but another reason why to be like a reed is good, but there's something special about a reed. That a reed is used to write a Sefer Torah. You make a quill, you can make a quill out of it to write a Sefer Torah, or a Sefer of Nevi'im and Ksubim, prophets, a Megillah, etc. So therefore there's something good about being a reed. It can be used to write a Torah. It's something that is positive to be compared to. Next week we'll continue to see more about the value of being like a reed.